Over the last 10 years, I have been travelling around the world, and I've been to places in Central America, South America, Southeast Asia, Europe, and I like going off the beaten track. Big cities, tourist attractions do have their appeal now and again, but I do like going to find out about the real country, the real people, the real towns, the real cities. So off the beaten track takes you to some amazing places that you never even think about. But then there are places that you think, what am I doing here? What am I doing here? So welcome to Sitiawan Central. So why am I in Sitiawan? And I am hoping I'm saying that right, but I left Teluk Intan this morning and I needed somewhere to go before I went across over to the island that is nearby, and I have found that 99% of the bus stations I've been to in Southeast Asia, whenever they give you a time for a bus, they're just making it up. So I went to the bus station yesterday at the previous town and they said there's a bus at 11:30, it'll take about an hour to get here, and taking it with a pinch of salt, I turned up and the bus was on time. The bus took just under an hour to get here, and where I got dropped off was just around the corner to the hostel that's on that corner there. So even if I wanted to do a travel day video, which I tried to do, it only lasted about 2.5 minutes. So that was out of the question. Shortest video I've ever done. So I needed somewhere that I could stop off overnight before getting to the ferry, getting on the island, and more importantly, I need somewhere to do some laundry. It's been about a week and a half since I've had a laundry day, and when I got here I checked into the hotel. They needed a deposit in cash, and I had to go to an ATM, so that gave me a chance to go without a camera to have a look around, find the ATM, and it's not that good. From what I gather, this is a place that has got one big road going left to right and then another road going up and down, so it's like a big massive crossroads, and that's it. I have done as much research on this place as I can to find out anything that might be exciting. Can't find anything, I really can't, and there'll be a lot of people going, well, you should have done your research. A lot of places I go to, people say don't go there, and then I go and find it really nice. Klang, people told me to go there, didn't like it, so I'm still a bit at the moment, but I'm only here for one night and then I'm off to a tropical island. Now at the moment it is monsoon season. I am expecting rain in the next sort of 20 minutes because them clouds look really bad. But monsoon season for islands, I've read, hits mainly those on the east coast and not the west coast, and that's where I am at the moment. So as I said, the journey from Teluk Intan took me about 15 minutes. This was the route I took. It wasn't exciting, well, mainly because I was looking at my phone, stuff I had downloaded. I was the only person that got off the bus here, and if I had not booked a hotel, I would have stayed on the bus and gone straight down to the ferry port. But hey ho, it's another place to check off my list. So the laundrette that I'm going to is somewhere down here. I have got some money. I've got a heavy bag of washing to do. And things that Google tells me is interesting around here is the mosque and the cathedral. And once you've seen so many mosques in Southeast Asia, so many cathedrals, you're just wanting a little bit more. Oh. Now so far all the people I've run past, and the rain is starting to come down, they have all been so friendly, as if to say, what are you doing here? And believe it or not, for a town that's not got a lot going for it, there's a lot of hotels, and I mean a lot of hotels. So I'm assuming that other people use this as a stop off. Who knows? Or people might just like towns that are not exciting. But there's the laundrette. Now that's what you call a good name. Mommy Laundry. And it's self-service. Drat. Alright. What do you do? Under maintenance. Right. English. Oh yes it is. Thank God for that. Right, got my tokens. This might not be the most exciting of videos, but give you an update. So it's 10 ringgit, I've got 10 tokens. I've used 5 for the washing machine. How exciting is that? And then for the dryer it will take 4, which means I will have 1 token left. And I might just leave it for the next person who comes along that doesn't quite have enough money for the 9 tokens that are needed. So this is residential area, I guess. So I am going to start doing my washing now. I think I might be here for a while. I mean, the washing machine's locked. It's got on for 35 minutes, so I suppose I could go out and find exciting things. Yeah! Before I do go, you'll probably notice that my laundry bag is an Asda bag. And if you're from the UK, you'll know that Asda is a big shop. That's my little connection to home. Every time I do any laundry, I go, it's Asda. Oh, it's homesickness time. Right, let's go exploring. So I've got about 30 minutes before I've got to go back to the wash machine, put everything in the dryer. But this is the main street. This is the main drag, the main road, and the main crossroad is down there. Now there's plenty of shops. The hotel I'm staying is the OYO TP Hotel, which is a pet shop as well. OYO, if you didn't know, is a big chain of hotels in Southeast Asia, and they are cheap hotels. Now usually they're just really bad. This one's not bad, this one's quite nice. It's £10 a night. I think I am the only person staying in it, and I think I might have a little show of what the hotel's like. And there's some loud cars around. So this is my room for one night only. Take my key back out. As I said, It's cleaner than anything else. The bed is really comfortable. £10 a night. I'm quite excited. I was a bit confused when the guy gave me a TV remote, and then I had to go back down and say, "Where's the TV?" And then he had a little smile to himself, went, "Oh, you got the room that hasn't got a TV." But it didn't really matter because I don't really watch the TVs because they never usually have any English channels on. And look at that view. It's like a beach view in Miami. I can sit here and just watch the cars go by. Oh, waking up to this, beautiful. And across the road is a temple, so I might just have a little wander over there. I'm back out and the rain seems to have stopped for now, and I'm heading over to that thing over there. Big fence on the path, so I've got to walk all the way around. So Sitiawan, how did it get its name? Well, local legend, and I do like a good local legend, says that in the early settlement days a local elephant was named Sitiawan, which means faithful friend, and it helped the community by carrying heavy loads, assisting in construction, and even rescuing villagers from danger. And they were so proud of this elephant that they named the town after it. Oh, and somewhere in this town is a statue of the elephant, but I can't find it on the map, and it was only built in the last 10 years, so that's how much it means to them. In the last 10 years they built it. But this is the temple. Now a lot of these I've seen in the past have always had animals. This is just full of people. Let's get a closer look. Females looking angry, men looking quite content. Oh, them two really look angry. A few horses. Obviously with the gate closed I can't get in. So are you as excited about this place as I am? Now I'm only walking up here because of that there. I'm just going to have a walk in. Don't know what it is. Nope, no idea. Oh, it's a temple kiosk. Been open since 2015. Oh, so it's part of the temple. Oh well. Maybe that's the most exciting thing I've seen. Right, let's have a little wander down here. So I have just found another local legend of why this place is called what it is, and that is originally, and I guess there's so many legends about this exciting place. It was originally called Kampung Sungai Gajah Mati, which means Dead Elephant River Village. And according to the legend, two elephants were transporting tin ore when one became stuck in mud in the river at low tide, and despite efforts to rescue it, the second elephant rescued to leave his companion, and both drowned as the tide rose. And basically Sitiawan means loyal friend, which eventually evolved into Sitiawan. And the only reason I came up with that legend is because I tried to find the statue again, and the statue is actually of two elephants, and then it gave the the legend of the name of the town. Now I have done as much research as I can, looked at Google Maps and try to find local parks, see if there's anywhere I can take my shoes off and feel the grass underneath my feet. No parks at all. It's just a strange place. Now, when I arrived here this morning, lunchtime, I went out to the ATM, as I said, needed to get money out for deposit. And if you know that I've been I lost my wallet last month. God, it only feels like yesterday. And since then I've been using my spare bank card to get cash out of the ATMs. Now, because this card has been kept separate at the bottom of the regions of my backpack, it's been scratched. The plastic coating is starting to come off, and I did have trouble this morning. I went through about 5 or 6 banks, even banks I know I've used in the past, and it just kept going error. I did find one ATM that did allow me, but it's starting to scare me. And if you watch my last video, I'm having problems with my camera. It's going through a bit of a mental breakdown due to the rain coming on it. It's not waterproof. So all these things are starting to add up to go, I need to go back. I need to go back to England to sort my life out, get new bank cards, get new camera, get new stuff, get new clothes. So it's starting to come more and more apparent that I could be going back, but I am going to give it another month just to see, once I get to Thailand, how I feel. Because if that bank card gets to a point where it's not working in any ATM, and I'm quite lucky that I can still use my Apple Pay on my phone, when I get to places like Myanmar, Afghanistan, I don't think they've got the technology for Apple Pay. So yeah, it's always in the back of my mind. Now we are getting to an exciting part of the town, and that's the crossroads. Can you feel the tension building, the excitement is coming through? Yes. With most places I do get excited when I go around going, oh, there's this, there's that, there's... With this one I was just quite happy to lie in my bed. But there's no point in saying something's bad unless you actually go out and see it yourself. So the excitement of the crossroads up there, I just couldn't take anymore, so I've come all the way down this road. I haven't been down here yet. There's lots of shops, garages and hotels, more hotels. But the history, I mean, I have done more research on this place than any other place I've been to just to find anything. So in 1903 there was a Methodist missionary based around this place, and he helped 363 Fuzhou settlers come across from the Fuzhou region in China because they were facing poverty, lack of food, and he promised them a better life over here without telling them that they'd be working. Let you go first. So this community, this population is built on the Fuzhou community, Chinese community. Oh look, there's a fire station. And I've just passed the first cinema I've seen over here. I just had a quick look and there's no English films. I got excited because I thought, well, I've got something to do tonight. And more hotels. Why are there so many hotels here? I've looked at war memorials to see if there's anything that I can look at. Nothing. The Malaysian emergency where the rebels of the Malaysia Independence Army was fighting the British. Nothing. I mean, 30 kilometers down the road there's a town, the Malaysian emergency, that was ransacked, destroyed. This place was untouched. Now you can imagine them saying, shall we go there? Let's leave them be. Even when the Japanese took control of Malaysia during the Second World War, there's no evidence that the Japanese ever came here. So it's like a town that's just been left in limbo, and bless them. Now in the distance I see a rock sticking up. That could be exciting. And in the back of my head I'm going, what about my laundry? It's finished now. So I'm going to have a look at this rock, see if it's anything. And then back to normality of daily grind. So what I thought was rock was actually a temple getting refurbished. So I saw that from the distance. Yeah, lots of bricks, lots of refurbishment. And this road just carries on and on and on. Yeah, there's a lot of refurbishment going on. Hello, how are you? Yeah. Oh, he's not very chatty. Oh. So what are my plans? Well, tomorrow morning, as early as I can, I am out of here. Even though you're probably thinking, no, you should stay for three more days to find out if there's anything. But I'm going to be heading towards the sea, the ferry port, and heading over to Pangkor Island, where I'm going to be there for 2 days. And I've already done a 30-second Google search, and there is a lot to do on the island. And it gives me a chance to get my snorkel out from the bottom of my backpack and do some snorkeling, even though the weather might not be the best. It'll be 100 times better than this place, because so here's the serious question: would I recommend anybody coming here to stay? Yeah, I think this place is ideal. It has a stop-off point if you are heading towards the islands and you need somewhere to chill out before you get the ferry the next day. And that's because there are so many hotels and no hostels, and the place I'm staying at, £10 a night, cheap as chips. But if you come here for an adventure, I mean, this is just one of the back streets that I'm just walking through. That's a bit colourful, and I mean, I'm not even seeing the cathedral, and this is the centre. If there is a cathedral here, I'm sure I read it somewhere. But if you enjoyed this video, God help you, but just press that like button. If you want to see what adventures I get to on the island I'm headed for, because there is a hostel there, there is a chance of Western backpackers being there. There's going to be fish to swim with depending on the weather. But if you want to see that, you need to subscribe and press that bell in the corner. But until next time, I need to go and get my laundry. Bye bye for now.